Have you ever found yourself gripping so tightly to control during a difficult season that it feels like the harder you hold on, the harder life pushes back? When we're in the fire, our instinct is to fight, fix, or escape. But true freedom comes when we release control to God. Today, as we build on yesterday's teaching about finding freedom in the fire, we're focusing on the key to peace, which is surrender. And that's kind of been a theme throughout the entire study. So let's explore how trusting God completely transforms our trials into opportunities for growth and deeper connection with Him. Now, the first verse that we're going to focus on really surrounds around why surrender feels so hard. It doesn't come naturally to us, and we love control. Control feels safe, it feels predictable, it feels manageable. And when we face a fire, whether it's a loss, a setback, a storm of uncertainty, our own understanding and effort and perspective for sure, often fall short. So the first verse that we're going to look at is Proverbs 3, 5 through 6. It says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart." Trust in the Lord, not yourself. "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding, but in all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will make your path straight." Now, some translations say, "In all your ways submit to Him," and I like that verse or that version a little bit better. This verse actually challenges us to shift our perspective, because trust means letting go of what we think we know and surrendering to God and allowing Him to take the lead. It's hard, but it's also very liberating. The second verse that we're going to focus on today surrounds around God's presence in the valley, and that is Psalm 23. So in Psalm 23, David declares, "Even though I walk through the darkest valley, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me." Now here, David doesn't sugarcoat the valley. He knows it's dark, it's scary, and it's overwhelming. But what he does is he keeps his eyes on the shepherd, not the shadows, not the negative, not what's going wrong. Because when we release control, we invite God to lead us mentally and in our perspective. And when He does that, when He frees us, when He takes the monkey off of our back, it comforts us and it guides us to a peaceful place in our mind, where it doesn't mean that the fire disappears, but it means that we're not walking through it alone, and He becomes our strength. His presence, which is one of our tools, one of our weapons of warfare, is looking at God's presence. So definitely use that. But He is the one who takes the problem and He works out the solution. Finally, we're going to talk about peace and surrender. And one of my favorite promises comes from Philippians 4:13, which is, "I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me." And then I added, "I can do all things, not some things, but all things through Christ who strengthens me." And I don't strengthen myself. Surrender, it's not passive. It's not a passive act. It's an active choice to trust God and rely on His strength instead of our own. When we let go of the things that bind us up, which is fear, worry, anxiety, you can put anything in that line, God steps in. The surrender opens the door to the peace that He tells us He gives us, peace that surpasses all understanding. And the surrender opens that door. So it's not that the fire or the valley suddenly changes. Like the other night when I woke up and I was really stressed about something and it was keeping me awake, and God literally changed my perspective. So it isn't the valley that changes. It is that we change. Our mind changes. We begin to see His hand at work, His timing unfold, and His promises fulfilled. Surrender isn't easy, but it is the path to true freedom. So when we let go of control and we allow God to lead us through the fire, He shows us His faithfulness. So trust Him. His plans are good, His timing is perfect, and His peace, it is waiting for you. So let's keep leaning in, and God loves you.